Well, Grid 7 here, and I ran across this gem of a complete, just such a complete bias and how the media manipulates the reader into believing something. Now, this guy's Supreme Court Judge nominee, I actually don't know how to pronounce that name, Ketanji Brown Jackson, shuts down Senator Ted Cruz with logic and a look. This is by Dave Goldiner. Just from what I've read right here, complete leftist, and he shows it right away. He goes, "It took one look for the judge to put Senator Ted Cruz firmly in his place. One look, firmly." We're going to get into this and dissect it a little bit, and it's anything but, and this guy actually, his biases show in how he does this article. But continue. After answering questions for hours from the Senate Judiciary Committee on Tuesday, the Supreme Court nominee gave a withering look to Cruz when he sought to cast doubt on her membership on the board of a liberal private school that proudly promotes social justice. Now, here's an interesting thing. She was on a board of a private school. Keep that in mind here. This is something this guy here forgets in his quest to be completely biased and manipulate the reader. And of course, keywords are the conservative senator tried to paint the fellow Harvard law alum, Supreme Court Justice nominee, as a proponent of so-called critical race theory because Georgetown Day School had placed books including How to Be an Anti-Racist in its curriculum. Now remember, she's a membership on the board, and this book is in its curriculum. This is something that this leftist guy forgets when he even writes it, and forgets it later on here. Now, Jackson would become the first black woman to ever serve on the nation's top court. Took a long, measured pause before answering, like that means anything. Sorry. This is just him. I mean, you might well have been writing a novel here, a fantasy novel. This entire thing is meant to make her look like this. He's placing her on this pedestal, like she's some sort of princess, can do no wrong. And Ted Cruz is the evil villain who everything is bad. She goes, "Senator, I do not believe that any child should be made to think that any child is racist or less than," Jackson said. The poised jurist looked incredulous over her glasses as Cruz claimed that another book was inappropriate for recommended summer reading because it suggested that America is not a colorblind society. I mean, that just reads like a novel, like some sort of fantasy, mystery, whatever. Instead of an author, instead of a reporter writing a news story, this is like I'm reading some book I picked up in the library or Barnes and Nobles or something. This book is the exact opposite of what Dr. King spoke about. Blustered Cruz. "Are you comfortable with these ideas being taught to children?" Now remember, she was on board. She was a member on board this school. Jackson wasted little time shutting down his argument. I like this part. No, again, political bias right here, which echoes GOP campaign complaints against white kids being taught against the history of racism. That is no. He talks. No, this guy right here, Dave. Sorry, Dave. You're talking about the GOP, but you're pushing the exact same thing of the leftist. No, this is a complete leftist talking point. You have no room to criticize another person when when this is going on? But no, she replies, Senator, I have not reviewed any of these books. Think about this comment right here. I have not reviewed any of these books. But she was a membership on the board of the school. But she didn't review these books. To me, that's not a shutdown. This actually tells she's not doing her work. They don't come up as my work as a judge, which respectively I am here to address. Now, if she had just said this part, I wouldn't have been as bad. But she goes, I have not reviewed any of these books. Makes me wonder about how she actually does as a judge. If she served, no, membership on the board of a liberal private school, right there. Seems to me that would be one of the jobs that you want to do to make sure that you know what books are being taught to these kids. If she's not doing that basic thing right there, I'm questioning her ability to judge. I like this upper. Now Cruz quickly backed down, returning to other lines of attack, like criticism that she gave sentences too lenient to sex offenders. Notice he doesn't do anything about this comment right here, because Dave here knows that this right here actually would piss off a lot of people. So he's not going to talk about that, what she said there and anything. No, again, this entire thing reads like a novel, like he's some law novel court case. We're expecting this big gotcha moment that doesn't come. He's using all these little words that really aren't needed in a news article. That this guy is an opinion. No, this isn't an opinion piece. This isn't news. This isn't a reporter giving facts. This is a reporter giving a very biased opinion in novel format. Now, that's my thing. I'm Grid 7. What do you think? Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next video.